The USS George Washington, CVN-73, is a powerful symbol of American naval strength and a testament to the bravery of its crew. Commissioned on the 4th of July 1992, the George Washington embodies freedom and resilience. Named after the first President of the United States and leader of the Continental Army, this vessel is the fourth U.S. Navy ship to carry the iconic name, and it serves as a tribute to the man who helped shape the nation. The ship represents a blend of American heritage and modern naval power, standing as a reminder of the legacy left by George Washington himself, a legacy of courage, perseverance, and the pursuit of liberty. Built at Newport News Shipbuilding in Virginia, the George Washington was a milestone in shipbuilding. The contract was signed in late 1982, and its keel was laid down in 1986, beginning a 6-year journey from conception to completion. The process was long and challenging, requiring collaboration among skilled workers, engineers, and naval experts. First Lady Barbara Bush herself christened the ship in 1990, and 2 years later, the massive carrier was ready for action. Standing at 1,092 feet long, this vessel is a true sea fortress, capable of carrying up to 90 aircraft on its expansive 4.5-acre flight deck. Its 4 elevators effortlessly transport planes between the hangar and the deck, creating an efficient, high-paced environment ready for any mission. The George Washington was designed to be more than just a ship. It was built to be a symbol of technological advancement and a formidable tool in the defense of freedom. The ship's power comes from 2 Westinghouse A4W nuclear reactors, enabling it to reach speeds over 35 miles per hour and travel more than 3 million nautical miles without refueling. These reactors provide unmatched endurance, making the George Washington one of the most capable vessels in the fleet. These reactors provide the energy not just for propulsion, but also for everything on board. From desalination systems that generate 400,000 gallons of drinkable water each day, to air conditioning powerful enough to cool more than 2,000 homes. The nuclear power plant is the heart of the ship, providing unparalleled endurance and reliability. With such power, the carrier can remain at sea for extended periods, providing a critical presence in strategic areas around the globe. The vessel's ability to project power, remain at sea, and support various missions makes it a key asset in the U.S. Navy's fleet. In 2008, the USS George Washington made history by becoming the first nuclear-powered aircraft carrier permanently forward deployed to Japan, replacing the USS Kitty Hawk at Yokosuka Naval Base. This transition was significant. Japan, with its own naval heritage, had never before hosted a nuclear-powered warship of this magnitude. The move represented a strengthened alliance between the U.S. and Japan, aiming to bolster stability in the Asia-Pacific region. The forward deployment of George Washington was a clear statement of the U.S.'s commitment to maintaining peace and security in the region. It enhanced the presence of American naval power in an area marked by increasing geopolitical tensions. The carrier's presence has served as both a deterrent and a reassurance to allies, emphasizing the strategic partnership between the U.S. and Japan. However, the George Washington service has not been without challenges. During its voyage from Norfolk, Virginia, to Japan in 2008, the carrier faced a serious fire. On May 22nd, while off the Pacific coast of South America, a fire broke out in the ship's air conditioning and auxiliary boiler rooms. The flames quickly spread through the cableways and ducting, creating dangerous conditions as temperatures soared. It took 12 grueling hours to contain and extinguish the fire, and 37 sailors sustained injuries. This incident, described as one of the largest non-combat fires aboard a U.S. naval vessel since the USS Forrestal disaster in 1967, shed light on significant issues regarding fire prevention and readiness. The blaze served as a stark reminder of the dangers that even the most advanced naval vessels face, and it tested the crew's resilience under extreme conditions. Investigations concluded that the fire was entirely preventable. Unauthorized smoking in an area near improperly stored compressor oil had triggered the blaze. It highlighted a string of safety lapses, from the careless handling of hazardous materials to deficiencies in the ship's damage control team. In the aftermath, the ship's commanding officer, Captain David Dyckhoff, and Executive Officer Captain David Dober were relieved of duty. Admiral Robert Willard, commander of the Pacific Fleet, made it clear that despite the shortcomings, many crew members had shown remarkable courage in battling the blaze. This incident led to an overhaul of fire safety protocols and reinforced the importance of adherence to safety standards on board. It was a hard-earned lesson, one that emphasized the unforgiving nature of life at sea, where a single mistake could lead to potentially catastrophic consequences. Once repairs were completed, the George Washington continued to make its mark. Arriving in Yokosuka in September 2008 under new command, the ship became a central feature in the U.S. Navy's Asia-Pacific operations. Throughout its years in Japan, it participated in countless joint exercises, port calls, and humanitarian missions, including operations in response to the devastating 2011 Tohoku earthquake and tsunami. The carrier's swift departure from Yokosuka during the nuclear accident at Fukushima underscored the unpredictable nature of life aboard a forward-deployed naval vessel. The Fukushima response showcased the carrier's versatility. Not only was it a tool of military power, but it also provided critical humanitarian assistance, bringing supplies, personnel, and hope to those affected by the disaster. The story of the George Washington is also a story of adaptation. In 2017, the ship entered a 4-year refueling and complex overhaul (RCOH) at Newport News Shipbuilding, an essential mid-life upgrade for nuclear-powered vessels. Originally slated to finish in 2021, the overhaul was delayed due to the COVID-19 pandemic, eventually concluding in 2023. The refurbishment extended the vessel's operational life and modernized its systems, ensuring the George Washington remains fit for service in the decades to come. This RCOH was one of the most significant projects the ship had undergone since its commissioning. It included upgrades to its flight deck, new weapon systems, and improvements to living quarters to enhance the quality of life for sailors on board. The modernization was not just about maintaining the ship's operational capabilities. It was about preparing it for the challenges of the 21st century battlefield, ensuring that it remains an integral part of the U.S. Navy's strategic operations. The overhaul, however, was marked by tragedy. Between 2021 and 2022, the ship experienced a string of suicides among its crew, a sobering reminder of the mental health challenges that service members often face. In response, the Navy took several actions to address these issues, including rehousing affected sailors to off-site barracks, providing enhanced access to mental health services, and improving living conditions on board during the overhaul. Investigations into the ship's living conditions during the overhaul highlighted severe hardships. Many sailors described life on board as akin to living at a construction site, with limited access to basic comforts, prompting the Navy to rehouse hundreds of crew members to off-site barracks in 2022. The mental health crisis aboard the George Washington highlighted the need for increased support systems and better living conditions for those undergoing extended maintenance periods. The Navy's response, which included rehousing and improving access to mental health services, was an acknowledgement of the importance of the well-being of its personnel, who are often called upon to make immense sacrifices in the line of duty. In 2023, after 6 years in the United States for repairs and upgrades, the USS George Washington prepared to return to Japan. In accordance with a 2019 federal law limiting forward deployment periods, the George Washington is set to replace the USS Ronald Reagan, which has been stationed at Yokosuka for a decade. This upcoming deployment represents a full circle, a return to the Pacific, where the ship will once again serve as a critical component of American naval strategy in the region. The return of the George Washington symbolizes the enduring partnership between the United States and Japan, as well as the ongoing commitment to regional stability in the face of evolving threats. The carrier's presence in the Asia-Pacific is not just about power projection. It is about ensuring peace, supporting allies, and maintaining a presence that deters potential adversaries. From its commissioning on America's Independence Day to its storied deployments across the globe, the USS George Washington's journey is a testament to naval innovation, international collaboration, and the human spirit's resilience in the face of adversity. It It is a floating city of over 6,000 crew members, a fortress, and a beacon of strength. Through both triumphs and setbacks, the carrier continues to live up to its namesake, embodying leadership, bravery in a sword, and the relentless pursuit of peace and stability on the high seas. The legacy of the George Washington is not just in its technological marvels or military accomplishments. It is in the spirit of the men and women who serve on it, their dedication, and their sacrifices. It is in the way they rise to meet challenges, adapt to new realities, and uphold the values that the ship's name represents. As the USS George Washington sails into the future, it carries with it the stories, the struggles, and the hopes of all who have served aboard, standing as a true embodiment of American naval heritage. The USS George Washington has faced triumphs, tragedies, and transformations, all while serving as a symbol of resilience and strength. If you're intrigued by the incredible stories of ships like this, come aboard by hitting subscribe and sail into history with us. There's so much more to discover on this journey through the waves of time.